Yet again, for those of you who have been following me, it turns out that I was right. I didn't make a video about it, but I've been saying this in private for months, and those of you who talk with me know that Christian is going to walk. And the reason for this was the evidence. Now, I didn't make a video about it because I'm not so sure about how American law works, but it would be very simple to defend Christian as his lawyer. Because you look at the evidence and you say, well, the only thing that you have is a phone recording of a habitual liar which is trying to impress someone, which is Christian. And then there's like, here's all the documentation of an internet smear campaign against my client. The alleged victim says it never happened. You don't have any biological evidence. You have absolutely nothing. So in the court of law, it doesn't really matter what the public opinion is or what we know happened. In the court of law, the only thing that matters is, do you have evidence? And was that evidence gathered in a way that it's admissible in court? So a lot of people are bewildered, like, why is this case being dismissed? And that is why. A lot of people are upset because not just that they wanted justice to be done, they wanted, I guess, the lulz, right? Because seeing this trial, like, if it would have been live streamed, it would have been an internet sensation. I think Pipkin Pippa is crying right now because thinking of all the videos she could have made. But unironically, though, like, this was to be expected. I do believe that he did it. It's unfortunate that he's going to get away with it. But we can't change the law for individual people, right? It's a lot better that guilty people walk free than innocent people go to prison. I've always been saying this. Because anyone that disagrees and thinks that, oh no, actually, guilty people should always be locked up, even if it means innocent people get to prison as well. Would you like to be that innocent person? You know, would you like to go to prison for something you didn't commit because they would admit any type of evidence in court? Like, even a phone call on the internet would be admissible as proof, right? So it doesn't work that way. But my thoughts about this case, like, for those of you who don't know, Christian has a documented history over the internet, and it's pretty obvious that this person is not very well. And due to this, a lady took advantage of him. I think, like, she was the daughter of some FBI people or like some higher up, something like that. Like, even in their early stages of internet activity, there were people that tried to impersonate Christian. And in order for him to show that, no, I'm actually the real deal, he would dox himself and show his real home address, which is what the people that were manipulating him wanted, so that they could bully and harass him further. But, like, no sane person would do this. Like, no person would be like, hey, I'll prove that it's me on the internet. Here's my actual home address. Right? So you can see that this is a person that is very easy to be manipulated. And this lady, which I've been told, like, her parents are from the FBI or something, took advantage of this. Like, she had a fetish with incest and was trying to push Christian in order to commit this. Now, in my country, both would be guilty. Like, she especially, because instigating someone to commit a crime is a crime in and of itself. I do not know how the law in the United States works, but if I try to tell someone to go rob a bank and they actually do it, I go to prison as well. So it's really bizarre that this lady wasn't investigated, that the police didn't even look into her. Meanwhile, Christian has actually spent time in prison. I think, like, he even got beaten up. Some people may say, well, he actually did do it or whatever, so they will say that is just punishment, but still, like, I'm looking at Christian as a person that needs medical help, right? Like locking up a person like this doesn't actually solve anything because they don't know what they are doing. They're a person that needs a doctor. It's not a person that it's kind of like punishing a 12-year-old for what they do. You know, like, they don't understand. You need to treat them differently, because it's one thing when a person knows what they are doing and does something understanding the consequences, and it's a completely different thing when a person which has no clue that they are doing something wrong are doing something wrong. The punishment won't fix them. Like, the punishment won't make them understand. They need medical treatment. They need medical help. But still, it is what it is. And the person instigating someone who is obviously vulnerable and is obviously in a condition of not understanding everything that goes around them, in my opinion, is worse than the person that does the crime, because that lady had all her faculties together. Like, she knew what she was doing when she pushed him to do this thing. And she did it for the lulz, of course. But, you know, like, doing stuff on the internet to get others to do it for the lulz, I think normally it's okay. But when you cross a line and you go into criminal activity and actual harm, it's not okay. Still, I'm not here to lecture people. It's just a thing that I wanted to say. I suppose we may see videos from Chris Chan again. I don't know. Or do they go by the name Christine now? Because I don't really follow the whole thing. It's not that it's not interesting. It's just too much to follow. Like, this is a person that has hours of footage documented on the internet. Like, there are people who call themselves Christorians and they just document this person. What I do find interesting is looking at the comment section. Like, many people who initially like hated this person are now cheering for them. It's so bizarre. I mean, I do believe that the guy is a motherfucker, not figuratively, but like literally, and I would prefer that they get medical help. I don't think it's the type of person that you should cheer for. It is what it is. Maybe you guys can tell me what you think about this. It's definitely an interesting internet arc, and a lot of people are comparing him with DSP over the fact that both of them don't get cancelled. I don't think it's okay to compare DSP with someone like Chris Chan, though. I think it's a little bit over the line, but I do understand the fact that they don't get cancelled. So yeah, I wonder if they're going to have an interview. Like, it would be so interesting to hear how they spend time in prison, what they make of all of this, especially since I know that Chris or Christine or whatever, they are very open about talking on things that happen. So maybe in the future we're going to get an interesting interview. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Oh my god, like, can you imagine if Pipkin Pipa interviews... Oh, holy shit. That would be the video that breaks the internet, wouldn't it? It would be interesting to know if Fishman would allow it, though. What do you guys think? Let me know, and I'll see it in the comment section. Take care.